Hi guys, it's Casey from Crystalline Designs. So I am here with a tutorial using some Beebeecraft products. I had got these beautiful Apatite beads, and so I was going to do a sea-themed bracelet. And these are some shells that I got on a previous haul from Beebeecraft as well, and so I wanted to throw those in there for a shell motif. And my bracelet kind of got simplified because I originally had a more intricate design planned. However, it took me a couple hours just to get this together, and this was the original design. And it was supposed to be this one with a chain on either side and then leather on either side of it. But I can't seem to get it to go the right way. So we're simplifying it, and I'm just gonna do this one for you with a pair of earrings. I will attempt that at a later date because that was already like 2 hours in planning and still not doing what I wanted. So we are going with something a little different. So we're just gonna do the main part, and maybe on another video I'll add stuff to it and show you how I finished that off. But so for supplies, you'll need some of those Apatite beads. I also had my strand of mother of pearl, and I have 2 of those in this bracelet design. I have 2 pieces of beading wire because you need to go through the shells in an upward and a downward motif, design, whatever you want to call it. You need a clasp, some jump rings, and I think that is it. I have some of these out on the table just to hold my wires so I don't have anything fall off. I'm going to either finish with these crimped ends or just crimp it. I have not decided yet. That was quite difficult. And so I'm a bit frustrated with this whole situation. So we shall see. So Beebeecraft is a crafting website. You can find jewelry making stuff, painting stuff, crocheting, knitting, sewing, diamond painting, regular painting, just anything you can think of. So I have a coupon code for you guys. It's Crystalline10. That'll save you 10% off of your order until 11/8 of 24. And I was told you could use that unlimited times. So if you can't, let me know and I will reach out to customer service again. And then they also have a YouTube program. If you have over 100 subscribers, you can do this program, which I am doing now, and get $40 worth of items to showcase on your channel. You have to do an unboxing and a couple of tutorials using said items. And I think that is everything. So let's jump right into this tutorial. So I am going to clip the ends of one side because I'm not sure on clasping yet. And then I'm just going to start threading. So I'm threading both into the beads, and this is my design here that I laid out. Like say I had a more intricate one over here in mind, but it proved a little bit difficult. So all of my holes are big enough to fit 2. Isn't that a beautiful one? I love it. All of these Apatite beads remind me of the ocean, and so that's why I wanted to get this gemstone. And then, oh, I already messed up. Okay, give me just a second. So first, I want one of these little spacer beads. If I can get a hold of it, I may have to pick one up. So first I did a spacer bead. Oops. My nails are too long, and so these little spacer beads try to disappear into it. So add a spacer bead just like that. These are just some Rondell stainless steel spacer beads that I had. So I'm just using them. 2 of these Apatite beads. I originally had 3 in my original design, but that proved to be too big. So I had to go down a little bit. And then another spacer bead after those 2. Okay, the mother of pearl bead. It's It's really hard to find the holes on these. There we go. Okay, a mother of pearl bead, another spacer bead, if I can get both strings through. Okay, then another apatite, 3 apatite in a row actually. So apatite, apatite, and apatite. Oh, that was meant to go in the middle of this. I don't know why I did that. I had a funky one that I wanted in the middle. Okay. And our final apatite. Then I'm going to put another spacer on. I'm terribly sorry if I move the camera. My arms are on my desk and kind of shaking the whole desk. Okay, and then, so we're going to have to separate our wires at this point. And I'm just using beading wire from, honestly, this is from Curated Bee Box because I'm moving and couldn't find my wire. So that's what I did. So when you pick up the shell, you've got to go over and under, and then under and over and pull. So try not to kink your wire while you're doing this. Just move it gently and pull it as tight as you can get it. You will have this one trying to hang out down here, if you can see that. Okay, so that bottom wire here is trying to hang out, which is why I put a spacer bead in between them just to hold my wires together. Sorry, you guys. That was a door opening and closing. Okay. Okay, then I added those spacers, or that spacer I should say, and I'm gonna pull it as tight as I can up against this other shell, or against this shell I should say, and that will hold your wires together. And then once again we're gonna separate and thread on this shell. So we go through the top and under, through the bottom and out the top, just like that. And just kind of grab the ends of your wire and move it slowly so as not to kink to this spacer bead. Pull it as tightly as you can to that spacer bead, and then thread on another spacer bead. Okay. So my other spacer bead, I am terribly sorry that the table is shaking, you guys. I know this is terrible quality for me, but I will try to do better in the future. So just try and slide those up as best as possible. And that is what one side looks like. And so then we're just going to do the exact same pattern down the other side. And so we'll put 3 apatite beads, a spacer bead, okay, just like that, our little mother of pearl shell, another spacer, and my last 2 apatite beads. Sorry, the dogs are barking downstairs. and one last spacer bead. So this is our bracelet. I really like it. I think it's beautiful and it reminds me of the ocean. Like say, I may come back and try and finish this one, but I just don't know at this point. And so you just want to make sure your stuff is as tight as can be. And I think I will finish with just my these clamshells. Sorry you guys. I'm trying not to lean very much, but I am. And then, so we'll need a crimp bead. It is hard to get it on both of my little wires. There we go. So now that I've got my crimp bead on both of my wires, I am just going to, I'm actually just going to go ahead and crimp right here, only because that gives me some space to work with. So I'm putting it in my last divot of my crimper tool, making sure your wires aren't crossed. Oh, no, I'm not. I forgot how tight I have to be. Okay, so let it slide all the way down. Sometimes you might have to open this clamshell up a bit. You come in here as tightly as you can, but not to where your bracelet has no movement. And then you're just going to crimp or lose your crimp, as the case may be. Okay, now when I made it before, I did not add glue, but you can if you want to. And then you're going to cut off your excess here as close as you can, but without cutting your crimp. So like that. And then you're going to close up your clamshell. And I kind of use my crimping tool to close my clamshell as well, just because it works well. And you just get that as tightly closed as possible. And you can add glue, but you are going to thread a jump ring through this, so it's not as huge of a deal. So there is one side, and now we just need to do the other. And you do want your bracelet to be able to turn and move just a tad. So I was sliding stuff down just a little bit. Then we're going to put a clamshell on this one as well. And actually, let me open this clamshell a bit more. All right, I just opened it using my finger. Oh, it keeps getting stuck on me. Sorry, you guys. Okay, then we're gonna thread in our wires into this clamshell. Okay, and thread on a little crimp. So everything keeps getting stuck in my nails, so I've been using my tools to do it. And then, like say, just crimp it as best as you can. So where it will still move though. Can you see me? Sorry, you guys, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, and then you just need to make sure that your crimp is turned sideways. Cut off any excess. And then we're going to, close up this crimp. Okay. And like I say, you can add glue if you need to, but you don't have to. So here is our bracelet. And those will kind of fold and work themselves in. Okay, now we just need to add clasping on either side. So I didn't have a big ring out, so I'm going to go ahead and grab one of those. So there's that. And give me just a second, you guys. I need to undo a little set of jump rings because they're all stuck together. So these are stainless steel jump rings as well, which makes them a little problematic because they're hard to maneuver to open and close. These are very, very sturdy jump rings. So I'm just going to make sure this jump ring is closed. And then I'm going to thread this jump ring on and thread on the end of my bracelet, or I'm going to drop everything, which I did, but okay, and thread. I'm having a time. Okay, let's try this again. Thread on our jump ring, thread this through the end of our bracelet. If you can get it anyways. Come on. There we go. Okay, so I threaded that on. And then we're just going to close this jump ring up. Okay, so we have a jump ring. Now we need a lobster. Okay. So we're gonna thread this onto this other side. And thread on a lobster, and I chose to use a stainless steel pretty large one. And then we just need to close this up. Ouch. I stabbed myself. And I'm going to crimp this down just a tad so I know it's good and closed. Okay. And here is our bracelet. So let me see if I can, I don't think I can get this on without assistance, but I will show you what it would look like on. if I can get a hold of this other side. So normally those are gonna sit flat, but I can barely grab a hold right now. But that is what our little bracelet will look like. I think it's very, very pretty. Oops, I'm sorry you guys, I hit that. And I love the shells. So there's the bracelet. I also have a pair of earrings we're gonna make real quick. And so they're very, very simple. They're just a shell and then one of these apatite beads and a couple of jump rings. And I had to use a large jump ring to get through that shell. So I had to use 2 other jump rings to attach to my apatite bead. And this is what it shall look like. That right there. So that's what we're gonna do real quick. I have the supplies. So first we are going to do a wrapped loop, or not a wrapped loop, a simple loop on our shell. Or not a shell, our apatite bead. I'm sorry you guys, I'm very tired and stressed. This week has been hard. So please forgive me. Okay, doing a simple loop, and then you're going to want to cut off your excess. Ouch, that slammed into my finger. Come in with your round nose pliers and just make a regular simple loop. Okay. There we have it. It kind of went off center for me. Okay, there is our bead. And I'm going to straighten out my ends. Okay, and then we're just going to attach this. Well, actually, let me do this one first. So we're gonna thread this through our conch shell. Or is that a conch shell? I can't remember what kind of shell that is. Through our shell, we're gonna thread this big, huge jump ring through it. You'll have to go through the widest part, so it's gonna be that one right there. And then just get that tight. Then we're gonna thread on a smaller jump ring to this one and close this up tight. And sometimes I like to squeeze it down a little bit. Okay, then we're going to take our final jump ring. We will thread this jump ring through this jump ring and through our apatite bead and close that up. Sorry for the noise. Okay, then we're going to thread on our earwear. And before I close it, I just want to make sure that that's going to hang right, which it wasn't, so I'm glad I looked. And then I'm going to hang it. Okay, yes, that will close right. Okay, close that up, squeeze it tight, make sure my loop here is tight. And there we have a pair of earrings. And it's not right. Okay, yes it is. All right, so let me grab a card. Sorry about my arm. I'm gonna thread my little earrings through this card and give you a look-see. So that is the pair of earrings. Even though they're simple, they're very, very cute and beachy. And then here is our bracelet, same sort of design. And that is the tutorial for this time. So once again, that coupon code was Crystalline 10. I will put it on the screen above as well as in the description box below. And that will save you 10% off of your order. So if you guys like this content, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And for those of you that are subscribed, thank you so much for being a member of my community, and we will see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.